San Francisco has a reputation of being the most expensive city in the United States.
But it doesn't have to be that expensive whenever you're visiting this beautiful city.
Today, we're on a mission, we're on a challenge to see if it's possible to see San Francisco on less than $50 a day per person.
Come with us, let's see if we can do it.
Yeah, the tourist to local way. On most days in San Francisco, the mornings look like this. Foggy, especially here in the Richmond district.
We head to Balboa Street in search of coffee and breakfast, because this is where the locals go to find a good deal. It feels residential, but also like a hub for all sorts of different cultures. There's a lot to choose from, but we ended up in this tiny cafe.
Okay, we made it to our first spot, breakfast. We're starving. My sister has been living in San Francisco for the past couple years. You guys are gonna meet her later. She actually used to live like right over there. And I asked her for help with planning this itinerary with her team. And she recommended we come here for breakfast. It's called Devil's Teeth Baking Company, and it has one of the best breakfast deals in town. On Sundays, they do $1 beignets. You gotta get here early. Unfortunately, today's not Sunday, so they're not doing the beignets. I got a homemade buttermilk biscuit with jam and butter, my favorite, for $3.75. We got coffee for $4, and Martine got a strawberry banana muffin for $4.
Probably what we're gonna spend the most in, it's gonna be food. But our next activity, that's free.
Well, this is the Palace of Fine Arts.
And it's one of our favorite places over here in San Francisco.
Oh my gosh, we're always taking your family here when they come to visit.
That's right. And it was rebuilt in 1954, and just look at it. It's so beautiful just to walk around, watch the lake, and just having a good time over here.
Best of all, there's free street parking right in front of us, which is very, very nice. And we can use this spot to also go to our next one.
Perfect.
But in the meantime, I want to take a walk around here. I always love taking our morning walk.
Oh, of course, let's do that. Right now they're doing a photo shoot over there, and that's completely normal. Sometimes we saw quinceañeras over here.
Hey, and you can do it yourself with a freaking stabilizer and tripod in hand like us. Look at us saving money.
Of course.
Well, this isn't a bad place to take a photo, mi amor.
It's a beautiful one, and we're so lucky because 1 hour before the fog was all covering the bridge. And right now, it's perfect. You can see Alcatraz, and you can see the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's kind of the San Francisco experience, is to play hide and seek with the fog. Now everybody comes here to San Francisco to see the famous Golden Gate Bridge, and let me tell you, I've seen it thousands of times being from this area, and I still never get sick of it.
I think it's the most important attraction over here in San Francisco, and it's completely free.
Now, there's a few ways you can see the bridge. All of them are cheap. You could come over here to Crissy Field area and just take a photo like we are. It's right across from the Palace of Fine Arts, so it couldn't be easier.
That's right. Or also you can walk on the bridge or even rent a bicycle and just cross it.
Yeah, I highly recommend doing the bike thing at least once when you come to San Francisco. You can bike this entire coastline over there. It's super, super easy. And you can even take a ferry on the way back. We did it once in a video we filmed in San Francisco years ago.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you want to walk it or you just want to take your photo.
Another free item on our list, done. We're gonna head to our next spot, and it's a place I've never been.
But this one, we have to spend a little bit of money.
Oh, come on, it's nothing.
So yes, we're here at Fisherman's Wharf, the tourist hub of this whole city. You can spend a lot of money here if you want to, but tucked away between the chowder stands and souvenir shops is a little place called Musee Mecanique. It's free, it's nostalgic, and it's home to one of the world's largest privately owned collections of antique arcade machines. This should be fun.
This place is called Musee Mecanique. And I was expecting like Pac-Man or something like that, but no, these like pieces of art. It's beautiful. It's free to enter, so this is a must if you go to San Francisco.
And this place hasn't been immune to inflation, apparently. A lot of these aren't pennies anymore, they're quarters, but heck, this guy was from Princess Diaries. I gotta play this one. Okay, I was on the easiest setting too, man.
I found something Mexican. It's a Mexican cantina, so I want to see this one.
Oh, abrupt ending. That's it?
Yeah.
25 cents for that?
Yeah. They eat a lot of beans. Totally worth 25 cents. Come on.
So we spent $2.50 here, which was totally worth it. But now it's lunch, and it doesn't matter how our budget is, we're fitting this institution into our day.
And if you're in San Francisco, of course, you want to have a clam chowder. It's delicious. And most of the places, they have the same prices. We prefer Boudin's. That's our favorite. And you sit over here in this beautiful terrace. Normally, I cannot eat as much bread. So what we're doing right now is Juliana has hers on a bread bowl, and I just have it without. So I save $1. But every dollar counts. Right now, remember, it's a video that we try to spend the least that we can.
And you know what? If you really, really wanted to be cheap, I have an even cheaper way to have this experience. Inside, they got cans of their clam chowder that you can take to go, like probably, you know, to heat up for lunch one day. And then they sell the actual rolls of sourdough. They have a small one for $1.75. So if you really wanted to save money, you could do that. But come on, we're not being cheap here. I mean, we're being cheap, but it's worth it to get it this way.
We actually showed this spot in our video 2 years ago sharing the 7 foods you can't miss in San Francisco, and it's still as good as we remember it. That's probably because they've been making sourdough since 1849 using the same starter they used in the Gold Rush. But that's not the only thing that's been popular with San Franciscans since the 1800s. The cable cars have been climbing the city's steep hills since 1873 and are considered a National Historic Landmark.
Now this might be our dirtiest hack of the day. I think we accidentally discovered this.
Yeah. Also, last time I found it over here, we didn't knew this hack, but it's working.
Everybody wants a photo with a cable car, and the line to take the cable car is always crazy. It's kind of expensive too.
So right now we are the streets Haight and Beach. That's correct?
Yep.
So the cable car stops over there, and all the passengers, they have to leave.
Yep.
And the cable car stays over there like for 5 minutes.
Yep. It can't cross into the turnstile until like things clear out. So it's always stopped there. And here's the hack. Everybody gets off and you can walk right up, even stand on it and take a picture. The drivers literally don't care. We've done this several times now.
That's right.
I don't know if it's the most ethical hack, but you could get your good photo.
And it's free.
And there's another place we're going next that also has a great opportunity to see them up close.
Still I lie within the memory, devoted as your lover. You could take my hands and cover your eyes and tell me there's no other.
Welcome to the Cable Car Museum. This place is awesome and it's free. If it's free, it's for me. There's 2 things that you notice over here. First is the smell of the machines, and second of all is the noise. You know, there's little movie playing, but also the machines right now, like you can hear the noise. So it's a beautiful, beautiful place where you can learn a little bit more about the cable car, and I'm loving it.
At one point, cable cars were the main mode of transportation in the city, but after the 1906 earthquake and the rise of electric streetcars, many lines closed down. Thankfully, preservation efforts saved the last 3 lines you can still ride today.
This is incredible. I mean, seeing these wheels turning gives you a completely different perspective of how these cable cars are able to run in the city. It's crazy. I didn't even realize that this is how things worked. I just assumed they magically got up those hills somehow. It's crazy, and there's even someone working it. I never knew this existed, and Martin, I gotta give him credit on this one. He found a really cool place.
And don't forget to go downstairs too. Over here, we're ready, we're prepared, we're ready to rock it. Yeah, 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 la 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 la.
That was beautiful, honey. So we decided to head over to Golden Gate Park because this place is iconic, huge, so much to do, the list goes on and on.
It's a shame that I've never been here. Every single time when we were dating and I was visiting you, I was never here. And now that we live close by, we've never been here, so.
I know, that's on me, that's on me. I mean, this place is so huge, it's intimidating sometimes.
Yeah, it's like the version of Central Park for New York, but over here in San Francisco.
Exactly, but one thing I've not done before, you told me, you had read about it, you're like, I'm curious about the bison in Golden Gate Park. I said, honey, don't believe everything you read online, like who is pulling your leg, bisons, what?
But it's true. You don't have to go to Yellowstone in order to watch these incredible animals.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
So, there's this little roadside area where you can see the bison. We're loving watching them. Martine's fascinated. I still do think we should try to go to Yellowstone though, right?
That's in our list. American bison.
America. America, America. La, 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 la.
You tell them, girl.
Yeah, we reached that point of the day where we start singing. But you guys, this is pretty crazy this is here, right? At one point, 75 million bison roamed the continent, but in the 1800s they were hunted aggressively and only 1,000 remained by the end of the century. In 1891, they decided to begin a program here in the park to rebuild the population, and it's been pretty successful. Minus the time that 25 of them escaped into the streets of San Francisco in 1924, but what do you expect?
But remember, Golden Gate Park is enormous. So there's a lot of things you can see over here. You can literally spend the entire day over here.
Honestly, one time in high school, me and my friends walked this whole thing. We were like, had all these plans for the day, and we ended up spending the entire day in this park because we couldn't do it all.
That's right. You want to tell them what do we have on the back?
Yes, so we decided to just stick to roadside attractions. Parking is once again free. The windmill, freaking cool. I feel like I'm back in the Netherlands, which is a place both you and I know very well.
I did my semester abroad over there in Groningen, so I miss that place.
Exactly, and my ancestors were from the Netherlands, so
That's what you're so told.
it is.
Right now you cannot enter over here, but if you're coming over here in spring, it's gonna be full of tulips. So, just so you know.
Come tend the garden with me. We have so many seeds to sow.
Check out our next spot.
This one is one of my favorites because the first time I visited Juliana, she showed me this place.
It's called the Painted Ladies. Now, we are obsessed with how the houses look in San Francisco, and there is no way on earth we could ever live this kind of lifestyle on $50 a day, right? But at least we can get some pictures in front of these beautiful houses.
And there's two kind of people over here. The people that are taking their photos and people that they're just watching and try to see the difference between the houses and they're admiring it and they're just drinking something.
Now, Martine, I need a freaking souvenir here, right? And Fisherman's Wharf was very, very expensive.
So let's try to find a place where we don't spend a lot, but we also can get something that we like.
And something that probably no one else has.
That's right.
We were having the time of our lives when we started. Everything was groovy.
This is Haight Ashbury. It's around the corner from the Painted Ladies and is considered the birthplace of 1960s counterculture and the summer of love.
Today, it has dozens of excellently curated thrift stores. Wasteland, Held Over, Relic Vintage, and Decades of Fashion are a few of the stores we browse here. And they have excellent items, but the prices are definitely high.
We almost lost hope at finding a souvenir, but then we entered Goodwill and found a set of these chowder bowls. Fitting for if we would have bought those cans of clam chowder earlier, right? And these were $3.99 each. But chowder isn't on the agenda tonight. We're meeting my sister Olivia and her boyfriend James for dinner at WenChang Dumplings back in Richmond.
When we're thinking of what we wanted to eat for dinner, when you were in San Francisco, where there is very good Asian food at a great price.
Normally we will go to Chinatown. Everybody goes over there. But there's another place you can eat it a little bit cheaper.
Yeah, and plus we already have a whole video on Chinatown out for you guys, and North Beach, and the best food in San Francisco.
Check them out.
We decided we would venture over to the Richmond district and have a little feast with my sister and her boyfriend, Olivia and James. I think we're gonna eat good.
We're hungry, we're tired, so we need this.
Let's feast. So, Olivia, you have lived here through your 20s, and I have thought you're a little crazy for it. I will not lie. I know you get it a lot when you're traveling, and you tell people you live in San Francisco. It's an expensive city.
Yes.
Have you enjoyed living here over the years?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I first moved here when I started college and I was 18 and I didn't have any money at all. And I think something that's really helped is developing hobbies that don't really require much money.
Yeah.
And instead of just being outside in nature or enjoying the parks, making use of all the free events that San Francisco has to offer, having things like this where you kind of share around with people or have meals at home. A lot of times what we do is we just take a bike ride and get a burrito, throw it in our basket, and then we just sit at Golden Gate Park during the sunset, and that's our evening.
That's nice. See, I think that's the thing is a lot of people think Fisherman's Wharf when they think like San Francisco, and there's way more to that.
One thing that's missed about San Francisco is that so much of it operates on a small community-based scale based on the different neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And so it's nice to venture out from like what is downtown, what are these places where the major shopping centers happen, like what can I find? And transportation's pretty good here, so you can hop on a BART and go to a new neighborhood very, very easily.
I would recommend go to the long-standing businesses in San Francisco, the local businesses, because that's where you'll find the cheaper things. Because that's geared towards the neighborhood and the people who live
Definitely.
here.
I think that like San Francisco's really been painted in a bad light over the past few years on the news, and we all know, we all travel, like you don't always have to believe what you hear.
Yeah.
And truly that hasn't been our experience today.
Right.
We've had a really great time. So thank you for also helping us find a lot of these places like WenChang Dumplings. I mean, there's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats here. This is a really good spot. We made it to our last spot.
The best place in San Francisco to watch the sunset.
Twin Peaks. Now, a lot of times when Martina and I do this, they let you drive all the way up to the top and there's a really great view, but not today. Still, where they do let you park, you can see the fog rolling in over the city. Such a San Francisco way to end the day.
Especially today that it's a full moon.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Anyway, we have our totals for you guys of how much we spent.
So, total 96.5.
So divided by 2, that is,
48.2.
hey, that is within our goal.
We did it.
Nicely done. They didn't think we could, but we did.
We did.
We've made a lot of other videos for you guys in San Francisco. I'll leave them here for you guys. This is one that we think you might like.
And thank you so much for watching this video. We have a blast, and it's possible to visit this beautiful city without spending a lot of money.
Our West Coast road trip continues. We have more adventures up our sleeves. So we'll see you in the next one. So long,
Travel well.
and make the world your neighborhood. See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.